Well, as I said, I think, aged 18, moved to Beacon, to do a year there. Met you, Owen, as a big contribution. But I guess just before that, I grew up in Kent, very much kind of white area, not very diverse at all, really. And I guess moving to South London, coming and joining Beacon, becoming very involved in local projects we were doing with young kids from local area. I think we were working with kind of ex-offenders, that sort of thing, I guess. And just living in a very diverse area, I guess, it had a huge impact on me. I had never had to think about any of these things before. They weren't, really on my radar, or at least even if it was, it's just so far removed to my reality. So I guess that year was, I had, at that point, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And I guess through that year, that's when my decision was to study law, to go into law. And I guess in my naive, optimistic, young way, wanting to be closer to it, to be hopefully part of something, to do something helpful. Yeah. I think seeing the inequalities, and then I became a barrister, and I saw that the whole system is still full of.
But what have you been doing as a barrister? So in a way,
I'm a criminal barrister. I prosecute and defend. I mainly defend. I do a lot of youth work. So really, what that means is I represent a lot of teenage black boys, and I think statistics are thrown around. We know stop and search. If you are a black teenage boy, you're overwhelmingly more likely to be stopped and searched. We know the statistics that young people in youth detentions, over 50% at the moment, are baying black and Asian minority ethnic. When you sit and think about that, and the fact that, as you say, you're in the minority, and that statistic is worse than America. We have a worse problem here than America in terms of the amount and the disproportionate way that we have, people who aren't white, specifically black people, in our prisons and in our criminal justice systems. And it's, I don't know if I'm going to get a bit emotional, but I think, we talk about its layers, and I think just the day-to-day reality, when you see a white person get a sentence for the possession of a knife, that is very similar circumstances, and you literally watch a black person get sentenced for the possession of a knife, very similar circumstances, and they get a different sentence, and you just think, did anybody else just watch that happen? That literally was within the same couple of hours, and it's just awful. It's awful. It's heartbreaking. I think our most vulnerable, we're just failing them. And it is the system that is currently going on is. That's what it is, and